In a world where vintage video games hold the key to a cosmic battle, The Last Starfighter follows Alex, a seemingly ordinary teenager who uncovers an extraordinary destiny. When a mysterious message leads him to a hidden training facility, Alex learns that the game he's mastered is more than just entertainment. It's a recruitment tool for an elite alien defense force. Now, faced with the daunting task of defending Earth against an imminent alien invasion, Alex must rise to the challenge and embrace his role as humanity's last hope. Chapter 1: The Call to Adventure. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the suburban landscape, Alex sat in his dimly lit bedroom, eyes fixed on the flickering screen before him. The glow of the arcade cabinet illuminated his face, highlighting the intensity in his eyes as he navigated through the virtual world of Starfighter. With each enemy ship he destroyed, Alex felt a sense of exhilaration, a fleeting escape from the monotony of his everyday life. School, chores, and the constant nagging of his parents melted away as he immersed himself in the game, the controller and extension of his own being. But just as Alex was about to reach a new high score, the screen suddenly glitched, displaying a series of cryptic symbols before flickering back to the game. Bewildered, Alex shook his head and continued to play, chalking it up to a glitch in the system. However, as he battled through wave after wave of enemy ships, the glitch persisted, each time more insistent than before. It was as if the game itself was trying to communicate with him, reaching out across the digital divide to capture his attention. And then, in a flash of light, the game abruptly ended, leaving Alex staring at the blank screen in disbelief. Before he could react, a message materialized, hovering in midair like a holographic apparition. "Alex," it read, "you have been chosen." Confusion and curiosity warred within him as Alex reached out tentatively, his fingers passing through the ethereal words. What did it mean? Who had chosen him, and for what purpose? Before he could ponder further, the message dissolved, leaving only a set of coordinates burning bright in his mind's eye. With a sense of urgency he couldn't explain, Alex knew he had to follow them, wherever they may lead. Chapter 2: Journey to the Unknown. With the coordinates seared into his mind, Alex knew he had no choice but to follow them. Ignoring the late hour, he slipped out of his house, careful not to wake his sleeping parents. The night air was crisp as he pedaled his bike through the deserted streets, the only sound the hum of the wheels against the pavement. As he neared the outskirts of town, the landscape shifted from familiar suburban sprawl to dense forest. The trees loomed overhead, casting eerie shadows that danced in the moonlight. Despite the creeping sense of unease, Alex pressed on, driven by a determination he couldn't quite explain. Eventually, the trees gave way to a clearing, and Alex found himself standing before a dilapidated warehouse, its windows boarded up and its walls coated in graffiti. It was a stark contrast to the pristine training facility he had imagined, but something deep within him urged him forward. With cautious steps, Alex approached the entrance, his heart pounding in his chest. As he reached out to push open the door, it swung inward with a creak, revealing a dimly lit interior. Stepping inside, Alex was greeted by rows of dusty arcade cabinets, their screens flickering to life as if awakened from a long slumber. But it was the figure standing at the far end of the warehouse that caught Alex's attention, a tall, imposing figure clad in a uniform that seemed to shimmer with otherworldly energy. As Alex approached, the figure turned to face him, their eyes locking in silent acknowledgement. "You've come," the figure said, their voice a low rumble that echoed through the cavernous space. "We've been expecting you." Alex's pulse quickened as the figure beckoned him forward, leading him deeper into the warehouse. With each step, the air grew charged with anticipation, the weight of destiny heavy upon his shoulders. As they reached the heart of the facility, Alex was met with a sight beyond comprehension, a vast training arena filled with simulations of alien landscapes, each more breathtaking than the last. It was here, amidst the whirring of machinery and the crackle of energy, that Alex realized the true extent of his role as the last starfighter. Chapter 3: The Mentor Revealed. As Alex stood in awe of the training arena, the figure beside him stepped forward, their presence commanding the attention of everyone in the room. It was clear that this was someone of great importance, someone who held the key to Alex's destiny. "I am Commander Wren," the figure announced, their voice echoing off the walls of the warehouse. "And you, Alex, are the last hope for our world." Alex's heart raced as he absorbed the weight of those words. The gravity of the situation crashed down upon him, filling him with a mixture of fear and determination. He had always dreamed of being a hero, but now that the opportunity had presented itself, he wasn't sure if he was ready to accept it. But as Commander Wren began to outline the task that lay before him, the imminent threat of an alien invasion, the desperate need for skilled pilots to defend Earth, Alex felt a sense of purpose stirring within him. He may have been just a teenager from a small town, but he was also the chosen champion of an entire civilization. With Commander Wren's guidance, Alex began his training in earnest, immersing himself in the intricacies of starfighter combat and alien technology. Each day brought new challenges, new obstacles to overcome, but Alex met them head-on, driven by a determination to prove himself worthy of the title bestowed upon him. And as he honed his skills, Alex found himself forging bonds with his fellow trainees, a ragtag group of misfits brought together by fate. Together, they faced the trials of the training arena, supporting each other through the victories and the setbacks, united in their shared purpose. But amidst the camaraderie and the excitement of training, Alex couldn't shake the nagging doubt that lingered in the back of his mind. Was he truly ready to face the horrors of war, to put his life on the line for the sake of humanity? Only time would tell. Chapter 4: Trials and Tribulations. As the days turned into weeks, Alex threw himself into his training with single-minded determination. Under Commander Wren's watchful eye, he pushed himself to the limit, striving to master every aspect of starfighter combat. But with each passing day, the challenges grew more daunting, the simulations more intense. Alex found himself facing adversaries unlike anything he had ever encountered, their alien technology and tactics testing his skills to the breaking point. There were moments of triumph, of course, victories won through skill and strategy, moments where Alex felt invincible, untouchable. But for every victory, there were countless defeats, reminders of the harsh reality of war. And then there were the injuries, the bruises and burns, the broken bones and strained muscles that came with the territory. Alex bore them stoically, refusing to let pain or fear deter him from his mission. But as the weeks stretched into months, doubt began to creep into Alex's mind. No matter how hard he trained, no matter how skilled he became, would it be enough to turn the tide against the impending invasion? Or was he simply fighting a losing battle, doomed to failure from the start? It was a question that haunted him, a shadow that lurked in the corners of his mind. But even in his darkest moments, Alex refused to give up hope. He had come too far, sacrificed too much, to turn back now. And so he pressed on, determined to prove himself worthy of the trust that had been placed in him. For the fate of humanity rested on his shoulders, and he would not let them down. Chapter 5: Bonds of Brotherhood. Amidst the chaos of training and preparation, Alex found solace in the bonds he forged with his fellow recruits. Together, they weathered the trials of the training arena, supporting each other through the darkest of times. There was Jake, the hot-headed pilot with a heart of gold, whose reckless bravado masked a deep-seated fear of failure. And then there was Maya, the brilliant engineer whose sharp wit and unwavering determination inspired awe in all who knew her. But it was Sarah who captured Alex's heart, a fellow recruit whose quiet strength and unwavering loyalty spoke volumes. From the moment they met, there was an undeniable connection between them, a bond that transcended words. As they trained side by side, Alex and Sarah grew closer, their friendship blossoming into something more. They shared their hopes and fears, their dreams and aspirations, finding solace in each other's presence amidst the chaos of their world. But their burgeoning romance was not without its challenges. With the specter of war looming on the horizon, every moment together felt precious, every stolen glance a reminder of the fragile nature of their existence. And yet, in the face of uncertainty, Alex and Sarah clung to each other, drawing strength from their love. For in each other's arms, they found the courage to face whatever the future might hold, united in their determination to protect the world they held dear. But as the days grew shorter and the threat of invasion loomed ever closer, Alex couldn't shake the nagging fear that their time together was running out. And so he vowed to cherish every moment, to hold onto their love with all his heart, for as long as he possibly could. Chapter 6: The Final Countdown. As the day of reckoning drew near, tension hung heavy in the air at the training facility. Every moment was fraught with anticipation, every breath tinged with the knowledge that their world stood on the brink of destruction. But amidst the chaos, Commander Wren remained a steadfast beacon of hope, guiding Alex and his fellow recruits with unwavering resolve. It was clear that their training had reached its climax, that the time had come to put their skills to the test in the crucible of battle. With each passing hour, the atmosphere grew more frenetic, the sense of urgency palpable. Supplies were stockpiled, weapons checked and rechecked, every detail meticulously planned and executed. And then, without warning, the alarm sounded, a piercing wail that shattered the relative calm of the training facility. It was the signal they had been dreading, the call to arms that would determine the fate of humanity. With hearts pounding and adrenaline coursing through their veins, Alex and his fellow recruits raced to their starfighters, their minds focused on the task at hand. There was no time for hesitation, no room for doubt. The moment had come to stand and fight, to defend their world against the forces of darkness. As they soared into the night sky, the stars shining like beacons of hope against the backdrop of the cosmos, Alex felt a surge of determination unlike anything he had ever known. He may have been just a teenager from a small town, but in that moment, he was also a hero willing to sacrifice everything for the sake of those he loved. And as the first wave of enemy ships descended upon them, their weapons blazing with deadly intent, Alex knew that the battle ahead would be the greatest challenge of his life. But he also knew that he would face it head-on, with courage and conviction, for he was the last Starfighter, and the fate of the world depended on his success. Chapter 7: Into the Fray. As the battle raged on, Alex and his fellow starfighters engaged the enemy with a ferocity born of desperation. Blasts of energy lit up the night sky as ships clashed in a deadly dance of death and destruction. With each passing moment, the stakes grew higher, the outcome of the battle hanging in the balance. But Alex refused to succumb to despair, drawing strength from the knowledge that he fought not just for himself, but for the future of humanity. Amidst the chaos of battle, Alex caught sight of Sarah's starfighter, weaving through enemy fire with grace and precision. His heart clenched with fear as he watched her navigate the treacherous battlefield, every instinct screaming at him to protect her at all costs. With a determined grit, Alex pushed his starfighter to its limits, dodging enemy fire and returning it with deadly accuracy. His mind raced with strategies and tactics, his fingers dancing across the controls as he fought to gain the upper hand. But despite their best efforts, the enemy seemed relentless, their numbers overwhelming. For every ship they destroyed, two more seemed to take its place, pushing Alex and his comrades to the brink of exhaustion. And then, just when all hope seemed lost, a miracle occurred, a blinding flash of light that illuminated the darkness, heralding the arrival of reinforcements. With a triumphant roar, the Allied fleet descended upon the enemy, turning the tide of battle in their favor. With renewed vigor, Alex and his fellow Starfighters pressed their advantage, driving the enemy back with relentless force. Wave after wave of enemy ships fell before them, their once invincible armada reduced to nothing more than scattered remnants. And as the last of the enemy ships retreated into the depths of space, defeated but not destroyed, Alex knew that victory belonged to them. For they had proven themselves worthy of the title of Last Starfighters, defenders of humanity against the forces of darkness. Chapter 8: Triumph and Sacrifice. With the enemy vanquished and the threat to Earth neutralized, a sense of relief washed over Alex and his fellow Starfighters. They had emerged victorious from the crucible of battle, their courage and determination shining like beacons of hope in the darkness. But amidst the celebration, there was also mourning for those who had fallen in the line of duty, their sacrifices forever etched into the annals of history. Each loss was felt deeply, a reminder of the cost of war and the price of freedom. As the days passed and the wounds of battle began to heal, Alex found himself grappling with conflicting emotions. On one hand, he was grateful for the opportunity to return to a semblance of normalcy, to resume the life he had left behind. But on the other hand, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing, that despite their victory, the world would never be the same again. And then there was Sarah, the love of his life, whose absence weighed heavily on his heart. Despite their best efforts to stay together, the demands of their respective duties had pulled them apart, leaving Alex to wonder if they would ever be reunited. But even in the midst of uncertainty, there was hope for a brighter future, for a world free from the shadow of war. And as Alex looked to the horizon, he knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, he would face them with courage and conviction, secure in the knowledge that he was not alone. For he was the last Starfighter, a hero forged in the fires of adversity, and his journey was far from over. Chapter 9: Rebuilding Hope. As the dust settled and the scars of battle began to fade, Alex and his fellow Starfighters turned their attention to the task of rebuilding. Though the threat of invasion had been thwarted, the world lay in ruins, its cities ravaged by the violence of war. But amidst the devastation, there was also a glimmer of hope, a determination to rise from the ashes and rebuild a better future for generations to come. With each passing day, the people of Earth came together, united in their resolve to overcome adversity and rebuild their shattered world. For Alex, the journey was a deeply personal one, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of hope. As he lent his skills to the task of reconstruction, he found solace in the knowledge that every brick laid, every wall rebuilt, was a step towards a brighter tomorrow. But even as life returned to a semblance of normalcy, there were reminders of the battles they had fought and the sacrifices they had made. Memorial services were held to honor the fallen, their names inscribed on monuments erected in their memory. And yet, amidst the grief and the loss, there was also a sense of gratitude for the friendships forged in the heat of battle, for the bonds that had sustained them through the darkest of times. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Alex found himself looking to the future with renewed hope and optimism. Though the scars of war would never truly fade, they served as a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the power of unity in the face of adversity. And as he stood amidst the rubble of a once great city, watching the sun rise on a new day, Alex knew that whatever challenges lay ahead, he would face them with courage and determination, secure in the knowledge that the bonds forged in battle would never be broken. Chapter 10: A New Beginning. With the world slowly but surely rebuilding itself, Alex found himself at a crossroads. The life he had known before the invasion felt like a distant memory, replaced by the harsh realities of war and the struggle for survival. But amidst the chaos and uncertainty, there was also opportunity, a chance to forge a new path, to embrace the future with renewed purpose and determination. And so, with a sense of hope in his heart, Alex set out to explore the world beyond the ruins of his hometown. As he traveled from city to city, he witnessed firsthand the resilience of the human spirit, the ingenuity and resourcefulness of those determined to rebuild their lives from the ground up. From makeshift shelters to thriving communities, Alex saw the seeds of a new beginning taking root amidst the devastation. But as he journeyed further from home, he also encountered the lingering scars of war, the pain and suffering of those who had lost everything in the conflict. It was a sobering reminder of the cost of their victory, a reminder that the road to recovery would be long and arduous. And yet, amidst the destruction and despair, there were also moments of joy and triumph, a shared sense of camaraderie and solidarity that transcended the boundaries of language and culture. In the face of adversity, humanity had found strength in unity, hope in the face of despair. As he traveled, Alex found himself drawn to the stories of those he met, stories of loss and grief, but also stories of resilience and hope. Each encounter left its mark on him, shaping his understanding of the world and his place within it. And as he looked to the horizon, Alex knew that the journey ahead would not be easy. But he also knew that he was not alone, that together, humanity would overcome whatever challenges lay ahead, forging a brighter future for generations to come. Chapter 11: Legacy of the Last Starfighter. As time passed and the wounds of war continued to heal, Alex found himself reflecting on the journey that had brought him to this moment. From the mundane existence of a bored teenager to the extraordinary role of humanity's last hope, his life had been forever changed by the events that had unfolded. But amidst the chaos and the uncertainty, there was also a sense of pride, a pride in knowing that he had played a part in defending his world against the forces of darkness, that he had stood tall in the face of adversity and emerged victorious. As he looked back on the friends he had made, the battles he had fought, Alex felt a deep sense of gratitude for the experiences that had shaped him, for the bonds that had sustained him, for the legacy that would endure long after he was gone. For he knew that the story of the Last Starfighter would live on, a testament to the courage and resilience of humanity in the face of unimaginable odds. And though he may fade into obscurity, his name forgotten by all but a few, Alex knew that his legacy would endure, a beacon of hope in a world still struggling to find its way. And so, as he stood on the precipice of a new dawn, Alex vowed to carry the lessons he had learned with him always, to cherish the moments of joy, to persevere in the face of adversity, to never lose sight of the power of hope. For though the road ahead would be long and uncertain, Alex knew that he would face it with courage and determination, secure in the knowledge that the legacy of the Last Starfighter would live on, inspiring future generations to reach for the stars and never give up on their dreams.